All right, we are live. Welcome back to another episode of the Real Estate Q&A show, episode number 2. And so with me, I've got my partner in crime. He leads all of our marketing, our advertising, our social media, our product development, one of our top coaches, Colton. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Excited to be here. It's going to be a good show.
It's going to be a great show. So how this works, just so everyone is aware, is we get, I don't know how many questions, Colton, but we get probably, I don't know, maybe 50 or 100 questions a week from real estate agents all over the country asking about how to get listings, how to grow your business, how to get FSBOs on my Instagram. So what we decided that we're going to do is every Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, we are going to spend some time answering all of the questions that come on my Instagram DM. And we'll answer as many as we can. And so every Thursday we put together this show. We'll release it every Thursday. So answer all your guys' questions as much as possible. So with that being said, if you have a question, certainly you can put them in the comments beneath this video here on YouTube. And we tend to get back to those as quickly as possible. And then if you have a more in-depth question that you want me to answer on the show, just head over to Instagram. Make sure you find me, you follow me on Instagram, send me a DM, and then we'll answer all your questions on our show. Colton, I miss anything there?
No, man, that covers it. Get them on the video, and you're on IG all day helping people out, so that's another good spot as well. Yep.
Awesome. All right, so let's do this. Let's jump in. I think we've got 3 or 4 awesome questions this week that we want to dive into. So what do we got?
So we've got a few specific, really good questions regarding real estate. But before we get into those, we've got quite a few people asking about, you've been talking about this giveaway, right? You're giving away a free coaching program kind of into our community. So let's dive and unpack that. What's that all about?
Yep, awesome. So, just to your point, we've got a lot of real estate agents that reach out to us wanting to learn more about our For Sale by Owner training and coaching program. We've got a lot of people that are very supportive here on YouTube and Instagram. And so what we wanted to do is our first free coaching giveaway. So how that's going to work is once my YouTube channel gets to 10,000 subscribers, and we're doing the contest May, June, and July. So once we have the support and the help of our community to tell their friends, to grow the channel to 10,000 subscribers, every time a real estate agent subscribes to the YouTube channel, all they have to do is find me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, send me a DM, and say, Brandon, I subscribed to your YouTube channel. Please put me in the hat for the contest. And what we're going to do, Colton, is at the end of July or beginning of August, we're going to pick 3 people that have subscribed to the YouTube channel during the course of May, June, or July, and we're going to give away free access to our For Sale by Owner training and coaching program, and they'll have lifetime access forever. So that's kind of what we're doing, and we're really excited about it.
What's the catch? Any catch there?
No catch, man. I think we want to help to spread our message around reverse selling and how powerful it has been for our students and how powerful it could be for other real estate agents all over the country. And so in exchange for people helping us to spread this message, right? In exchange for them coming to our YouTube channel, hearing our message, helping us to grow our YouTube channel, you and I decided as a thank you for that, we're going to give 3 coaching programs away for free.
That's huge. That's going to be exciting. Awesome, man. Cool. So let's dive into the first question here. So this is from Chase B. Chasin over on Instagram. He said, Brandon, love the YouTube videos. I'm learning more and more every single day. My question to you is, what do I send in that first initial email to a For Sale by Owner after I've successfully set a preview appointment with them? I know my contact info should be included, but what exactly else is in that email? And if I'm new, I can't send testimonials along, so should I be sending something else that's valuable, or should just my contact info be sent?
Love it. I love it. All right. So good question. Thank you for that. Here's what we train all of our students to do. as you are contacting the for sale by owner or expired or absentee owner or any lead source that you're going after to grow your listing business, you want to focus on getting as many email addresses as you can to build the database, build that list of people getting your weekly email. The way in which we do that, the strategy in which we do that, is by sending your resume, or we may call it a backup strategy. So we're exchanging a thing of value for the prospect's email address in exchange for following up and staying in touch and building that relationship. So for brand new agents or existing agents, we recommend that you have a resume, a professionally designed resume. Colton, I have this. I could show them. This is kind of like our for sale by owner resume, if you will, like kind of our backup strategy, if you will. And then our students send this out in an email format. So this would be an example of what they would send. If it's not a specific for sale by owner backup plan, certainly they should be sending a professional resume, okay? And so maybe on another show, we can give an example of that resume. If you guys want to see that in the comments section below, let us know. And on the next show, we'll show you guys an example of a resume that you should all have, right? Should include what it's like doing business with you. You could use your company stats. You can use your value proposition, which is the most important thing in your resume, regardless if you've never even sold a house before. So if you guys want to see that, put that in the comments. But that is what we want you to email in exchange for the email address to open up the relationship.
That's very helpful. I'm sure a lot of new agents are confused. Hey, what do I do? What do I say? So that'll be very helpful. So awesome. All right. Thanks, Chase. Our next question comes from Wyatt over on YouTube. He said, what do you do or say if the homeowner says that they already have the house under contract? Most everyone I try to speak to using your script says that it's already under contract. What should I say?
All right. Great question. So you're calling for sale by owners every day like I ask you to do. And right now with the market being as good as it has been, there's a certain percentage, not all, there's a certain percentage of FSBOs that will, from time to time, get an offer on their property without an agent. So here's what I recommend that they do, Colton. I feel, and in my experience, what I have our students do is continue to follow up with that for sale by owner every single Monday. And here's why. Over 50% of all FSBOs that get an offer on their property without a real estate agent falls apart. So over half the time, so think about this, right? So most agents are getting 2, 3, 4 FSBOs a day in their marketplace. You know, maybe one of the 4, it's probably not even that high, but maybe one of the 4, maybe 20% of the FSBOs out there will accept their own offer with no agent, right? Well, 20% of those, half of them are going to fall apart. So even though you may talk to a for sale by owner here or there that says, you know what, I already accepted an offer, thanks for the call, we turn right back around and say, awesome, congratulations, that's great news. You know, obviously the market being so good, I'm not surprised at all. Why don't I do this? And really, I don't mind. I'll stay in touch with you throughout the transaction so that A, if you need help with something during the inspection and the appraisal, I'll be there to answer your questions. Or B, if something doesn't work out well, I'd be happy to walk you through my for sale by owner backup plan. So continue following up every single Monday. They should get a phone call, because what you will find is that most of these FSBOs that get their own buyer, those deals are falling apart over half the time.
Love
what do you think, Colton? What do you think?
I love that, because a lot of agents, and I'm not saying this is the case for Wyatt in this particular case, but a lot of agents will use something like that as an excuse as to why this isn't working, right? They're all selling, or I don't get enough. So, you know, being there and helping them out long-term is a really strategy.
Love it. I love it.
All right.
What else we got?
We've got Ross, another one from YouTube. He asked, how does the face-to-face appointment work in a post-COVID-19 environment? Great
Awesome
question.
Yeah, it's an awesome question. And so we tend to get, a large percentage of questions that come in on YouTube and on Instagram talk about this specifically. So here's what we're doing. in our own business, and what we're having our students do is we are replacing the face-to-face meeting with a Zoom video presentation. So a lot of agents will say, okay, well, you talk about the FSBO preview appointment, right? So you're going to look at the house. Well, how does that work? Well, right now, what I want agents to do, what I'm suggesting agents do, is as they are prospecting, I want them to focus on setting up video presentations, talking specifically now around a backup strategy, right? No one's doing anything right now. Everyone's on the sideline. It's a great opportunity for agents to build a massive seller lead pipeline so that when we get past this, of course, now they've got a huge pipeline of sellers, but just set up video presentations. And so as you're prospecting, you can say things like, listen, obviously right now we've got to see what's going to happen with the marketplace. Well, actually, Colton, why don't you and I role play this? Because I think a lot of people would like to see this. So if I'm prospecting and Colton's a for sale by owner, I simply say, listen, typically, Colton, what I would like to do is come out and visit your property, take a look around, give you some recommendations. And when I'm there, I would walk you through my for sale by owner backup plan in the event you couldn't sell the property on your own. Well, right now, we're not really doing those. So I guess what I would propose, and I'm totally okay with it, is I'd like to get you on a video conference where I can walk you through specifically my for sale by owner backup strategy over 10 or 15 minutes so that you can see exactly what we can do to help. And then at the end of that, you can decide if working together in the future might be an option or not. Is that fair?
Yeah, I mean, how long is something like that going to take? I don't want to list it or anything right now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so at this point in time, I am not even interested in listing it. Quite frankly, regardless of what other agents are telling you, Colton, I think you should try to sell the property on your own. I guess where I'm at is if in the next 30, 60, 90 days goes by and you can't sell the property, at that point, you probably start looking at some other options. I'd love to show you what it is that we do for other for sale by owners here in the marketplace if the day ever comes for you to fall back on something. Is that fair?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Awesome. So I'm just going to shoot you an email. I've got some time booked out either tomorrow or Friday where I can walk you through our for sale by owner backup plan in the event you need to use it in the future. Or afternoons or evenings better for you?
Evenings are great.
Evenings. All right, perfect. So I'll send you an email. There's going to be a link in there so we can hop on a video conference. I'll walk you through exactly how the plan works, and we'll go from there. Fair enough?
Sounds good. Thanks.
So that's just a simple script, a simple strategy for what I want agents to do right now, Colton, is just to focus on doing as many of those video appointments as they can so that, again, when this pandemic is past us, a lot of FSBOs are having very difficult times now selling on their own when no one's coming to see their house like they used to. An agent can come out of this in 30 days with like the biggest pipeline they've ever had in their career. And not to mention, let me add this, not to mention that, but if you look at the competition with FSBOs, expireds, before this coronavirus thing was here, dude, the competition was insane. It was crazy. Well, now you've got agents all over the place saying, man, the competition is like nothing. Agents aren't even working right now. So if you've never called for sale by owners expires before because there's been too much competition, oh my gosh, are you lucky? Because if you're calling FSBOs and expireds right now, which you all should be, including absentee owners, you will find there's no competition. There's nobody working right now. So if you're one of the agents that does work, that is hungry, that is committed to your goals, you're going to find yourself in a great position when this thing passes. So hopefully that helps answer that question.
And you said this on our coaching call the other day perfectly. It's like this whole thing came through. It obviously changes people's plans in a way, but the reason they were moving hasn't changed, right? That has stopped, but the reason hasn't changed. So when this is over 20, 30, 60, 90 days from now, they still have to move, and it's going to be more of a rush than it ever has been. That's
exactly right. And, there was an interesting stat. And, another thought too, Colton, is we're making this, maybe we'll do this live in our Facebook group, Get Listings. So if you guys are watching this, we'll put a link in the description beneath this video for you guys to join our Facebook group. So you guys can watch these live every single week as well. But anyway, the chief economist for NAR, the National Association of Realtors, she put out a great statement last week, Colton, talking about this pent-up demand. And what she said was there's 67% of transactions of people that have to move. These are not want to moves, these are not, maybes. These are people that have to move, that are on the sideline right now, that are going to do something as soon as these restrictions kind of lift up a little bit. So I think we're going to see a massive explosion of transactions, and the real estate agents that are working right now building that seller database are going to reap the reward.
So true. All right, we've got another one from our YouTube channel, Mario Hanna. He asked how to follow up with every single lead.
Yeah, good question, Mario. So here's the deal. Let's just look at for sale by owners specifically. I think because I saw his question come on one of the videos we did when we did the interview with Mariah. And shout out to Mariah Crawford. She's amazing. Go check out her YouTube channel as well. Let's link her channel beneath this video as well. But so here's how it works. Every agent's going to get somewhere between 3 and 4 for sale by owners on a daily basis on average across the United States. And so you're going to call and get in touch with a certain percentage of those people, and you're going to schedule preview appointments if you follow what it is that I teach. So that's the first thing. All of the ones that you do not get a hold of, you're going to call every single day. So let me give you a simple follow-up prospecting schedule. So I recommend that you focus on contacting all of the fresh for sale by owners no later than 8:30 a.m. every single day, including Saturday, including Sunday, but certainly Monday through Friday. The ones that you're going to meet with, the ones that you're going to follow up with, the ones that you're going to build a relationship with, those folks should be called every Monday for the rest of time. So all the people that you contact, that either you set up a meeting with, you set up a Zoom video meeting with, or you have a good conversation with, should go on a weekly follow-up every Monday. That database should build nicely. After doing this for a couple of months, you should have 20, 30 FSBOs that get called from you every single Monday. However, we call this the black hole, right, Colton? All the leads that you don't get a hold of, this is where agents are missing a huge opportunity. And Colton, you mentioned it earlier in the show. A lot of agents will say, Brandon, Colton, I don't have enough FSBOs to call. Well, yes, you do. What about all the ones you don't get a hold of? So if you had a prospecting routine, a prospecting schedule, where between 8 and noon, all you're doing is looking for appointments, looking for listings, after you're done calling all of your fresh leads, every agent should have about 60 minutes, Colton, where they're following up on all of the leads that they have not yet made contact, right? So the first 2 hours, you're making contacts. Then right after that, after you take a quick 5-10 minute break, spend another hour in lead follow-up, calling all of your hot leads, calling all of your appointments, calling all the people that you have not yet made contact. So Mario, it's a daily basis for people non-contacted. It's a weekly basis for people all contacted. Colton, did I miss anything there? You want to add anything to that?
No, I mean, you keep it simple, and kind of that leads into our next question from Andrew in our private Get Listings group. He posted in there, and I'm going to kind of sum up what he said to fit with this topic. And basically he said, I'm a newer agent, and what should I be focusing on now, right? Like, should I learn scripts? Should I just get a fancy listing presentation, or what should I focus on? And I think I'm going to pivot this to go back to something you said in our group a couple of weeks ago that really helped people realize what's important. And let's pivot that to go have that conversation that you talked about of 2014. What did 2014 look like for you? What was important? What was your epiphany that you had that year that has been different from all the other years?
Yeah. All right. That's really good stuff. So who asked that question in our group?
That was from Andrew in our Get Listings group.
All right. Awesome. Again, we'll put a link beneath this video. You guys can join the group. So Andrew, what Cole's referring to is when 2014, when I listed 106 properties, I had one assistant. This was with no team. This is after I dispersed my team, got rid of my team, and I was just a solo agent with one full-time assistant. I listed 106 homes, and the only thing that I cared about, I didn't care about my website. Actually, I didn't even have a website. We didn't have business cards. I had no fancy presentations like this, Andrew. I didn't have anything, because here's the deal. And my students hear us talk about this all the time. The learning is in the doing. So for you, the only thing that matters right now, the only thing that mattered to me in 2014 was to speak to as many potential sellers as possible. That was it. I focused on two things specifically. And I hope Andrew watches this. Let's post this in the group. But I either focused on setting an appointment, finding an appointment, or on an appointment. That was it. Colton, I was like an absolute crazy maniac. I was like, somebody was like, hey, do you want to go grab a cup of coffee? No. You want to go grab lunch? No. You want to go get to this continuing education thing? No. Hey, Billy Bob's coming into town to speak about, marketing. Do you want to go to that? No. Only thing I cared about was finding an appointment or on an appointment. And as a brand new agent, if I go back 15 years and you drop me in, let's just say Tampa, Florida, that's all that I'm doing. And within 18 to 24 months, I will become the top listing agent in the marketplace, because that is my only two focuses. There are distractions, Colton, as you know, coming from every angle, all over these real estate agents. And so if an agent can focus on those two things when they wake up in the morning, they say, I'm only going to do two things. I'm going to say no to everything else. I'm going to spend my days 8, 10, 12 hours a day in the beginning looking for appointments or going on face-to-face appointments. Everything else will take care of itself. I promise. That's all they got to do.
That couldn't have been a better question to end on. That's perfect. I mean, people need to let that sink in, because it's so easy to get distracted by all the new stuff that's out, which, to your point, the fancy presentation you showed there a second ago, you're not saying that's bad, right? You're not saying that you shouldn't have that stuff, but it's what's important, and let's keep the main thing. That's
right. Keeping priorities. I think you nailed it. It's not that, this stuff isn't important over time, but if you ask me, hey, what is more important? Like, hey, should I go and call the Fresh for Sale by Owners or work on my website? The answer is very obvious. Hey, should I go call all of the fresh expireds, or should I work on my business card design? Answer is very obvious. But there's something, Colton, that agents struggle with, and that is creative avoidance. They make these things up in their mind that take priority off of doing what they know they should be doing, but they trick themselves to think, no, that button on my website, that is super critically important. I got to go work on the website. I got to work on my logo. Because if my logo and my branding isn't clean, no one's ever going to list their home. And I guess I'll end with this. Going back to 2014, which was my biggest year in the business, never, not one time did I ever have a seller who didn't list their home with me because they didn't like my logo, or they didn't like, the fact that I didn't have a fancy presentation. Never happened. Not one time. Yet you have real estate agents that are watching this or will watch this in the future all over the country that spend their days and their weeks on their brand and their photos. They got to have the perfect headshot, and their business card has to be super sexy. It's got to feel a certain way. It's got to look a certain way. And once I get that damn business card, then the business is going to pour in. Doesn't work that way, does it, Colton?
Not at all.
So that is a wrap for this episode of the Q&A show. So if you guys have additional questions, put them beneath this video. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're now putting out free training content every single day, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go find me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me over there. And if you want to get added to the contest to potentially win a free coaching membership to our coaching program, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me know that you did it on Instagram, and we'll add you to the list. Colton, any last words?
That's it, guys. Stay tuned. When he says we're putting out a lot of stuff, he's not kidding. We're going to blow you away. So make sure you're coming in every week asking questions, and you'll definitely get featured.
Awesome. All right, Colton, we'll talk to you soon, man. And you guys stay safe. Keep pushing your business forward. Even though this is a downtime, your competition is on the sidelines watching Netflix. You could be building an awesome database. Just stay focused, stay committed, and you will be just fine. We'll see you guys next time.